I'll let you start because I only know the basics about it. You probably only know the basics too.
I probably don't know the basics too. So when was it? Was it January 1st that Gangsta BOO was found?
On New Year's Day, bro.
On New Year's Day, she was found dead in Memphis, I guess,
Yep, on her porch.
on her porch. And I didn't know she was as young as she was. She was 43.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I heard that it was a drug overdose.
That's what you heard.
That's what I heard.
Mm.
I'll check the facts on that, but I mean, I've had family members that have struggled with drugs, and it's a serious disease out here.
Yeah.
Disease. I say disease. You know what I'm saying? You really got to check up on your family members, man. I mean, you just because we like as black people, we grew up and we like, oh, he a crackhead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's now, he has an addiction.
Yeah.
We got to get out this. So he just a crackhead. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, of course, if you try to help somebody and they don't want help, it's nothing you can do. You just pray for them. But I mean, it's some people out here, they addicted and they strung out.
Mm-hmm.
And it normally starts when you're younger and you just partying and having fun, and you like, hey, you know what? Let me try that. Or you know what? We turned up. Let me go ahead and hit that bump. And next thing you know, you're addicted and you're out here on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it
And
happened.
it's unfortunate, but when you see your family members going through something like this, you gotta intervene and step in. At least try. At least say, we tried. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta try a few times. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? If you really love your family members, and like I said, you don't want to force somebody to do something they don't want to do, but you got to understand that when it comes to drug addiction, it's a real disease, man. That's something I want us to look into in the future. Is keep pushing as well. How can we help get these kids off these drugs, off the streets? In the future, that's long term, but
Yeah.
because I've been affected by it personally, with my family. So, but yeah, man, it's a tragedy. I did listen to Gangsta BOO back in the day with 3 6.
For sure.
They had some hits,
For sure.
and it's a tragic loss. I did not know she was that young, brother.
I was gonna say the thing about overdosing, man, and I don't know the statistics, but when somebody overdoses, I don't think they overdose on purpose.
No, most of the
Like
time,
some people do.
yeah,
But yeah, most of the time, I don't think they overdose on purpose. So this is, it can be a situation where somebody's, partaking in drugs
mm-hmm.
and maybe they take something that's wrong or has fentanyl in it or just too much
Mm-hmm.
and, they overdose and die.
Yeah,
So yeah, you got to be careful, man. You can't be like you said, you can't be young and just out experimenting with stuff and think you're going to live forever. Because
facts,
it's one thing that's sure in this life is taxes and death.
facts.
You're gonna die one day,
Yeah,
and you don't want to accidentally you don't want to have an accident with experiment with drugs and overdose, and then the Lord be like, "What you doing
right. Big
here?"
facts.
But yeah, man, prayers going up for her family.
Yes.
Um, stream her music.
Yeah.
Like I haven't listened to it yet, but that's a good idea. I'm gonna go and stream some 3 6 because I used to love some 3 6 back in the day, man.
Oh
They
yeah,
get
for
you
sure.
crunk,
Oh yeah.
make you want to beat somebody up sometimes. But really, really good music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, man. Just prayers to the family, man. Wow, that's insane. We losing too many people, losing too many rappers and young people to drug overdose. I mean, also the violence, but that's another subject. But yeah, man, we gotta do better, man. And you're seeing it more and more, with black people and black entertainers.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a tragedy. But yeah, man, check on your people. You see somebody that's isolated or they got a drug problem. It's a problem. It's a disease. How can you and the family help and intervene? And like I said, sometimes people don't want help. But if you go to them and they say, hey, I'm willing to try these AA meetings or whatever, give it a shot, man. You might save somebody's life.
I was gonna say, what's interesting is I don't know why, but like a couple weeks ago, I watched TED Talk. I think it might have had something to do with my son, but watched a TED Talk, and he was talking about addiction. You would think that a remedy for addiction would be, staying away from the substance and avoiding it at all costs. But he said it's really about relationship. and they had did some studies. He said we find that when people who have an addiction, instead of just focusing on trying to keep them away from whatever that substance is, putting them into an environment where they're building relationship with other people, like family, that will keep them away from, you know what I'm saying, addiction, more than just, hey, let's just take you away from this substance. Let's make sure you don't have access to it. Said no, it's relationship, man. And that's it's funny. I think it goes all the way back to, like I said, who's holding you accountable, who are you doing life with, and like he said, making sure you check up on your people.
Yes.
Because some people don't get checked up on, and then you end up doing stuff that you are getting into stuff that you probably shouldn't get into.